my name is Pankaj Patil. Today my team and I are going to present our web application, DriveTime. To be able to drive a car is everyone's dream. Traditionally, in learning process, there are three main stakeholders: the new driver, the instructor, and the driving school. Learner will look for a driving school. He will select one based on its location, convenience, cost, and reputation. Everyone might not get what they want as the limited available options. Instructors will be associated with some driving school with fixed schedule and pay. And the driving school needs upfront investment, physical location, and other things like insurance, and it will be tied up with limited vehicles and the infrastructure. So we saw an opportunity to help all the stakeholders. Introducing DriveTime, an aggregator app which connects all the stakeholders, knocking off traditional driving school model and promoting open market. To help simplify this process, we have added many features. Like for authentication, we are using Okta and Amazon Recognition. To book appointment, search instructor schedule, to prepare for an exam, we have added quiz platform, and to simplify payments, we have integrated the Stripe. This is our architecture. We have used Route 53 for the DNS configuration, followed by Okta-based SSO authentication. As a secondary authentication, we are using facial recognition with AWS recognition. We have built our backend in Node and Express.js, and using serverless framework, we are deploying it on AWS Lambda. Our frontend is built with React and Bootstrap, and we used Redux for state management. We deployed our frontend on EC2 instance with Docker, and to handle the excess load, we have configured Elastic Load Balancer as well. To achieve polyglot persistency, we are storing authentication data in AWS RDS, which is MySQL, booking data onto MongoDB, and documents into the S3 bucket. To help user with information, we have added chatbot and configured it with Amazon Lex and Cognito. We are monitoring everything with AWS CloudWatch, and alert notifications are sent using AWS SNS. For continuous development and deployment, we are using GitHub, Jenkins, and Docker combination. Now let's move on to the demo part. This is our landing page, and this is our DriveTime bot. So let's try asking him a question. Show me all the available plans, and DriveTime bot will reply with the plans. Similarly, we also can ask for the time slots. So he will respond with a time slot. So now let's try book an instructor. Now he will ask for choose any plans, then the start date, let's go today, and the end date, choose a time slot, and the city. So these are the available instructors. So user needs to log in to schedule an appointment. So let's now try registering an user. First name is Mark, last name Rogers, email Mark Roger, so we have added all the basic validations. Now Now let's add the phone number. And user type, let's select an instructor. Let's take a picture. This picture will be used for our second level authentication for face detection. So password did not match. Let's try this again. Okay, now user is registered successfully. Let's try logging in now. About Mark Roger, password. So since I'm logging in the first time, so it will ask for a forget password question. So food, I'll say. So this will help me recover my password in case I forgot. So this is our second level authentication with face detection. So it will ask for you to allow the camera access. And we are in. So this is our instructor dashboard. So instructor can upload his documents like driving license and other car papers to verify. So first user needs to update his information like his address, the city, and the country. Its date of birth, and what type of car he has. Let's say sedan, dual controls installed, and if he has a instructor license. Let's save this data. Now user can update its availability and check his schedule. So let's first update his availability. So it's a simple interface. He needs to select the duration and select the time slots for which is available. In this case, let's put he is only available in the evenings, and we can create schedule. And there we go, user schedule is created. So in here he will see what time slots he is available for and what time slots are booked. So we have added user can delete also his schedule, and if he needs to add another few, so he can do that as well. Let's say for these 4 dates he'll available for this time slot. So now that data is also added. Now Manish will explain the student flow. Over to you, Manish.
Thank you, Pankaj. I will show you how our student entity works. So let's try to create a user. His name will be Raja Hamilton, and Raja Hamilton @abc.com. His password should follow certain criteria, so I'm fulfilling that. I'm entering a phone number, and user type will be student. So let's try to take a picture. So after taking successful picture, I will just register. The user is registered successfully. Then I will try to log in with this email ID, and okay, so I will enter his email ID and the password I entered. As we are trying to log in for the first time, he will ask for the security question. So after successful question, we'll have a second level authentication. It will try to match with the exact picture which I have taken at the time of registration. So after login is successful, it will show a student dashboard where we have many available things, like he can enroll for driving lessons. He can check what are the available learning resources. He can check reports after the completing driving sessions, and we also have some sample test. So let's complete his profile first. I will enter the address as Santa Clara. Country will be USA. Phone number, his gender, and date. So details are saved successfully. So I will try to create a schedule for him. So I will take a 4-session plan. The available dates will be like say 25 to 30, and I will say slot which is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and I will say city I prefer is San Jose, and how much confident you are on your driving skills. So I'll say 2 stars and next. So I see during that particular time period these instructor slots are available. So as I have selected 4-session plan, so I will just click on these 4 sessions on 25th, 28th, 27th and 29th, and I will proceed. So this is the summary which for the schedule I have selected using the amount, discounted amount and the official amount I have to pay. So we have integrated pay using Stripe. So I will just enter my name, my address, and zip code, and the card number will be 424242, and it will be some future date, and I'll say remember the card, and I'll pay 180. So as you can see, the payment is successful. So it will say payment is completed and enrollment is confirmed. So I'll get a success page, and I can view my appointment using view appointment button, or the same appointment is present in the booking option. So if I have to learn something like some YouTube videos or some documents, so we have given some study resources using which student can learn some more about what are the rules on the road, or what is the main RTO followed criteria, and if he wants to give some sample test before the actual exam, then he can also try this. So I will just go through this quiz, and I will select some random option. So no trucks allowed sign, true, false, 1 2, next, true. Okay, I am currently randomly selecting the answers, so it is showing me the summary of the quiz. Like I have selected 6 out of 9 questions correct, and I've got 120 out of 180. So using this drop down, I can check what correct answers I have given and what are incorrect option I have given. So next I will show you one user whose sessions are already completed. So I will enter this user. This is a student role whose sessions are already completed, and the instructor has given feedback to him. So after login, I'll just go in explore reports, and we can see these are all the feedbacks he got from the all the sessions, and this particular bar is for car pre-checks, it is for seat belt check, followed speed limit, so he can review his the session, how his session goes. So he can also check using the different charts like area chart, line chart, etc. So, and we can also rate how was the instructor, like how he was like good, wonderful, etc. And this rating will be went to like instructors which whose sessions are selected. So now I will show the admin console. So admin console also has a second level of authentication. So in admin dashboard we have like all users data, where he can check who all are the users registered, like instructors, students. He also can delete them. He can also see what are the he can also add any documents. He can also check what are the bookings. So he can see this particular booking is booked in this format, like he can see this booking is booked by whom, the address and number. And additionally he can also delete this particular slot if he wants.
After student has booked an session, the instructor can see that in his schedule. Let's sign in as an instructor. Mark Roger at, now the password. Second level authentication with AWS recognition, and we are in. Let's check his schedule. As you can see, he will see the booked slots in his schedule. User can see like who is booked the session, his address and the phone number. And once the session is done, he can give feedback to the user, and we'll use this feedback to represent and plot the graphs and use for analytics purposes. So let's try. Okay, feedback is submitted. Now the student will see that in his report section.
Now let's go to CI/CD part, where I will just make a small change in our code. Like in this login button, I will add _CI/CD, and I will just commit these changes in our GitHub. So I have done some changes. Now it will take some time to reflect. Now the commits are pushed, so it will took couple of minutes to build. Now this is our Jenkins page, where we'll see that our recent change is building, and it is successful now. This is our reset change, like we have updated the welcome.js. Now after the build is successful, our app is deploying on the EC2, so it will just refresh and it will take a couple of minutes to get deployed. Till then I will show you all the AWS configuration we have configured. So this is the EC2. So we have deployed our front end on EC2, and we are using load balancer as a backup, and we have also like configured our load balancer to keep one backup in the same region and one backup in the some another region. So, and this is our load balancer. We have configured Route 53 using Route 53 for our DNS configuration, and we have deployed our recognitions API on a Lambda. So this is its configuration, and for the next step I will show these are our backend, which is completely deployed on a single Lambda. So and we have also used CloudFormation, which will show all these stacks which we configured as our backend. So we have configured AWS Lambda, AWS Gateway, CloudWatch, IAM role, serverless deployment bucket, etc. So if we go in this template and copy this JSON file and we just format it, then we can see all the configuration we wrote in the CloudFormation template. So we have configured AWS CloudFormation template for serverless application. We have set some bucket policies, also some Lambda IAM role for Lambda execution, enterprise log access for IAM role, so IAM Lambda function, etc. Now I will just go to our application and try to refresh it one more time. Now as you can see, we have successfully built the CI/CD part. So that was our complete project. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.